I thought I saw it all on the issue of illegal immigration, all the giveaways, all the protections, all of the facilitation of people coming into this country by Democrat politicians. But California is about to do something absolutely insane. Use your taxpayer money to hire legal defense counsel for violent felons who are here illegally to help them remain in our country. I'll tell you what's going on and how we can stop it coming up. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and we are now seeing the latest effort by California politicians to protect illegal immigrants, even if those individuals are violent felons. And I never thought I'd live to see the day where we're literally spending taxpayer money to keep violent felons in the country illegally. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but let me tell you what's going on in California as it relates to illegal immigration. California is a sanctuary state. And what does that mean? We instruct local law enforcement that it is illegal, it's a violation of state law for a sheriff or a police chief or any of their law enforcement personnel in their agency to cooperate with the federal government to take a criminal in custody, in state custody, and hand that individual over to federal immigration agents for deportation. In other words, we've passed a law in California, the sanctuary state law, that protects criminals who are here illegally to try to help them stay in this country even longer, even if those criminals go back out on the street and commit heinous crimes. Well, now Assembly Bill 617 adds insult to injury, because not only are we going to be a sanctuary state and keep violent felons here in the state of California, not cooperate with getting them deported, we're actually going to hire them attorneys, taxpayer-funded attorneys, to fight the federal government in the effort for deportation. So basically, taxpayers will be paying for the lawyers that the Department of Homeland Security hires to deport these violent felons. And in California, taxpayers will be paying for the defense counsel for these same violent felons. About 5 or 6 years ago, the state of California started putting in its budget $45 million of taxpayer money to give to pro bono lawyers in the state of California to basically represent illegal immigrants as they fought the federal government to try to stay in the country. Now, the existing law said that the money could not be spent to hire pro bono free lawyers for an individual who's illegal and has a violent conviction, a violent crime conviction on their record. But everyone else is fair game to give taxpayer-funded representation to. Well, Assembly Bill 617, introduced by Assemblymember Reggie Jones-Sawyer, a Democrat from Los Angeles, would eliminate that exclusion. Now, let me pop up the language of the bill. Currently, the law says that the $45 million, funds provided under a contract awarded pursuant to this section, shall not be used to provide legal services to individuals who previously have been convicted of a violent crime. Assembly Bill 617 would strike that language, and now it would read, funds provided under a contract awarded pursuant to this section may be used to provide legal services to an individual who has a final conviction for a violent felony. So in other words, we're going to put taxpayer money into the hands of pro bono lawyers to fight to keep violent felons in our country who are here illegally. This is insane. But it's just a typical day in California politics. And of course, our local and state media refuse to call out dangerous legislators like Assemblymember Jones-Sawyer for this crazy proposal with Assembly Bill 617. A lot of people are not even aware that we are funding the whole enterprise of illegal immigration, particularly in states like California, where the Democrats are able to use state taxpayer money to facilitate this whole industry. You've got federal policy that makes it easy to get across the border under the Biden administration. So they're tying the hands of Border Patrol and ICE, immigrations and customs enforcement agents. So we're not enforcing our border laws. But in California, we are giving illegal immigrants the incentive to break our laws and come here because we have been very clear. The politicians have given away the store. We provide in California a wide range of taxpayer-funded welfare benefits to illegal immigrants, and that becomes a draw for these individuals to come into our country illegally. We provide free healthcare, a free education, direct cash payments, welfare payments. We protect illegal immigrants by providing them these free legal services. In fact, you could actually suggest that California politicians are the employees of the month for the cartels and human traffic organizations that facilitate this sort of evil enterprise. And the cost to you is not just the welfare payments that we're putting on the table. We're putting up billions of dollars each year in benefits and costs to the taxpayer for illegal immigration. The Federation for American Immigration Reform says it's $151 billion a year. That's a 30% increase, by the way, over the past 5 years alone. That's the cost to you, the American taxpayer. As people come across the border, we're spending millions of dollars per week. $60 million just for unaccompanied minors to shelter them, to provide them with accommodations. They're giving airline tickets and bus tickets to illegal immigrants to ship them around the country. And when they get to their destination, they're then given a taxpayer-funded program for room and board. And a lot of the organizations that are being funded by the federal government through government contracts have popular names like Catholic Charities. They don't really get donations from average folks. They get government contracts. They're basically a contractor organization benefiting from an open border policy. But now we've got a whole gaggle of pro bono immigration attorneys that are getting taxpayer-funded contracts to basically fight to keep illegal immigrants in this country, where taxpayers are now being forced to pay both sides of the transaction. And Assembly Bill 617 is particularly offensive because it gives money to lawyers to fight to keep felons, violent felons in our country. If you oppose Assembly Bill 617, and I suspect you do if you're rational, I urge you, join our fight. Go to reformcalifornia.org, sign up as a volunteer. Check out our other stories. Share this video. Contribute to the fight. We're working hard to elect better state legislators, better politicians in Sacramento to stop crazy bills like this. Thanks for watching. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.